very early and get right back into it. So really, really happy to see this pick. And gosh, I want to see it thrive this game. Obviously, I would like to see Donava Brigada take it back this game and bring it to game 3. But Soul Stealer is just such a flashy pick, and if it has a game, like it's such a fun hero to see.
So yeah, this hero is definitely this could be a big hit or a big miss. I feel like depending on how they get him in the laning phase or how well he does. Sorry. But like you said, you know, in coordinated games, you get him a little bit of stacks. He goes in there, cleans them up really fast. That's one of Soul Stealer's biggest strengths. So if he's able to get his farm going, amass a lot of gold, the hero can definitely become very scary. I will say, ever since they added the staff effect to Soul Stealer, I think I tend to see a lot more of those like magic building Soul Stealers, not so much like the right clicking Soul Stealers. So I'm kind of thinking we're gonna see something like that this game, where he goes more of like a bursty spell damage kind of build,
Yeah,
rather
and
than
I
like
mean,
a right click kind of carry.
I think that's the way that you build him in a situation like this. Obviously, they would like to have a physical presence because they are pretty heavy magic damage. I mean, Bensington is a lot of magic, but between the fact that Soul Stealer and Bensington are both Agi main stat, I mean, it should probably be enough sustained physical damage enough.
Mm-hmm.
And the Staff of the Master just making Soul Stealer bulkier against some of this pretty pretty heavy burst combos on the Hellborn side, as well as giving really great synergy with a portal key pickup because of the cast speed awarded from the staff. I think I really like it.
So we didn't talk about Donova's last pick, which was Kronos. We've been kind of talking quite a lot about the Soul Stealer pick, but Kronos going to be going up against the double core Bensington. I mean, we could call it a tricore with Electrician, but the big thing is he's going to have 2 damage dealers that he's going to want to sphere. He could most likely only choose one of them. But we have seen quite a lot of Kronos, I think, in Paradise League, so this pick doesn't really, I think, maybe stand out as much as the Soul Stealer pick, but I like
Yeah,
it.
no, I think we're right to fawn over the Soul Stealer pick. It's very it's seldomly picked up.
Mm-hmm.
But Kronos, I think it's going to be difficult. I think he honestly, if I had to say so, I would rather see him use his Kronos ultis on Bensington if he can. But
Mm-hmm.
just because I think if he's able to clean up Bensington, then Soul Stealer could potentially be picked off as well. But because there's a lack of escape utility for Soul Stealer, but you might want to see Kronos ultis come out on Soul Stealer to prevent him from being able to get off the Soul Burst, which can be a huge source of damage.
So we're almost 2 minutes in here. We didn't really discuss the laning phase at all. But before we have action in the tri-lane top. Rally stunned in, I believe. And they're turning onto him. Chrono sleeps in. They're going for a counter kill on Nymphora. Looks like Nymphora will go down first. And Rally's just a little bit too slippery, being a strength hero. Now Bensington's taking a lot of return pressure. There's a Shards of Harkon stun. Meanwhile, the power throw takes out the Rally. Bensington lives on 1 life, but he does go down to the Moira. Chronos getting a return gone on here by the Aluna. And they might turn their attention toward the Moira. She gets a double stun up. So far it's a 2 for 3. And it will end up being, I believe, a 2 for 2. Bensington comes back in as Nymphora got counter killed there by the Chronos. So that was quite the mess of a 3v3 engagement.
Yeah, but pretty heavily Hellborn favored. You can see by the scoreboard, 2 to 4. So
yep,
2 kills
and they picked up
advantage.
the Bloodless on Chronos as well. So that's a great hero to get the Bloodless kill on.
Yeah,
he's now got 1100 gold all of a sudden. Wow, he picked up a double tap, I think, or maybe a delayed double tap. So he gets Marchers and the Iron Shield already.
Yeah, as well. He has a fully created power supply heading out to him as well. Soul Stealer taking a ton of damage.
Riftwalker, yeah, that's a double damage rune on the Rift, and Soul Stealer gets just enough distance to use the bottle sips, but a lot of pressure already from the Riftwalker. She got that first rune for herself. So that's our mid lane matchup, the Riftwalker versus Soul Stealer. I was watching it a little bit. It looked like Rift was doing well early on, which I think that's to be expected, but Soul Stealer has pulled ahead to 18 creep kills as Riftwalker kind of boxes him off the creep wave there.
Yeah, still has about 12 seconds left on this double damage, so able to zone Soul Stealer a bit, but Soul Stealer actually has the creep advantage right now, so at least for
Electrician
a little
versus
bit.
Lodestone bottom. 11-1 against 20-9. I want to say I'm a little surprised that Lodestone is winning by almost. He's got almost double the last hits. Meanwhile, top lane we have a pod down. Benzington, I think, already. No, he still has the joust. They go in on the rally. Kronos leaps in. They do bring down the rally as he had the compel on cooldown. Benzington taking return fire. Here's the charge of Harkon, and they will get the counter kill. Nymph puts a pod down, but she goes down before she can explode it. And now Moira and the Kronos are 2 versus 1 against the Aluna. There is a time leap up, but the power throw takes out the Moira, so I think that was again a 2 for 2. So they continue to just trade heroes. Meanwhile, Soulstealer and Rift once again going at it, and Soulstealer, he does go down. There was still a golden apple on the Riftwalker, so definitely surviving with plenty of life to spare. And this is pre-wormhole, so Soulstealer definitely falling prey there to the Riftwalker damage.
Yeah, and unfortunately, there's just no stacks. So you can see that Riftwalker obviously having the leg up now. It's probably that double damage rune that honestly shifted the momentum of this lane.
Yeah, I think so too.
And then just finding the first
lane,
kill.
Joust in, compelled from the rally on the Kronos. The pod is down, and the Shards of Harkon will not stun anybody up. Looks like Doghouse is looking to dive this. They have a creep wave tanking the tower. Kronos time leaps away from the Benzington Joust. The rally probably wants to go in with a compel here. He does on the Nymphora, so that is their target. He does not have mana for the volatile pod, and that could be the difference maker as Rally stays alive and Nymphora goes down. Meanwhile, Kronos, he has a health potion and a leap. He avoids the Joust. Great sidestep coming in from Puppet Soul, and the Shards of Harkon. There's the rally stun. It does go off before he does sacrifice himself, and now Fa is in a world of trouble as he goes down and Moira picks up a double tap. So what a crazy dive coming in from Doghouse. It ends up not working out for them as they lose all 3 players up there for the rally kill. 3 for 1 trade, John.
Yeah, this is looking extremely troublesome. And look at the mid lane, Soulstealer.
This is going to be maybe another kill here for the Riftwalker. There's Golden Apple and Bottle Sips. He does use the apple there. But that was the wormhole being channeled. I do believe that
It was,
hit.
yeah. Yeah, he fully comboed him, but Soulstealer able to walk away from that, surprisingly, honestly. But now that Riftwalker is level 7, he's got the max level Rift Burn.
A lot of damage, yep.
Yeah, so... And, Rift Burn, or Wormhole, only has 60 seconds left on it, so it's going to be up, by the time he gets the next rune, perhaps. But, the unfortunate tragedy about Soulstealer, struggling in this mid lane is he doesn't actually have a support stacking for him. They are struggling so much in this top lane that, they weren't able to rotate out of it. And I almost wonder if they just go ahead and rotate out of it anyway, just because of how much they are struggling to maintain their progress in it, or even keep their head above water, I should say. Soulstealer stacking for himself.
I mean, we'll have to wait and see. Kronos is level 6 now with Steam Boots and a power supply, so he's a lot tankier. They put the Moira stun on the Kronos. He gets a 2-man sphere. They do kill the Nymphora right away. And there is no joust from Fa. 5 more seconds. They're going to go down here on the Benzington as well as Rift was coming in. She gets the kill there on the Benzington. So they did use the sphere, and he's not done, actually. He's going to go back in as Electrician, I believe, poured it in here. He's going to go down. Maybe perhaps feeling he was a little tankier than he was. We've seen time and time again the amount of damage that hero can absorb, but now Aluna is all by herself. Another Shards of Harkon on the Kronos as he leaps in, and they just dive the Aluna. She goes down. So this tri-lane from Donova is doing a lot of work here in Game 2.
Lodestone actually mistimes his Shatterstorm combo onto Benzington. Now Benzington looking to try and put the return on Lodestone, but Lodestone is just too tanky. And for actually the one to fall in the top lane.
Can't touch this.
Oh yeah, I missed that kill. Looks like they went for another dive. I think they just continuously put the wire stun on the Kronos, and then it's kind of like an instant stun. Maybe he gets a bash if he's lucky, and then
that was
bottom lane.
Yeah, I watched that one. That was big. I mean, Lodestone tried to go underneath the tower on Benzington, almost got him, but Benzington was able to live long enough to get the... I think so, yeah. It's on cooldown, so he's able to use it, use the Joust after all is said and done. Lodestone taking the tower auto attacks, not able to live, but we're actually seeing Mana Boots on Soul Stealer at this point, who has 390 GPM. So despite having kind of a bad time in the mid lane, you know, able to accumulate a little bit of gold, has the level 4 Demon Hands at his disposal, and looks to, you know, transition and make circles around in the jungle. But yeah, I mean, Kronos, you were saying they just keep putting the Moira stun onto Kronos, and it just does too much work, man.
Now they're gonna put it onto Rally here. You might think about going on the Electrician, but here's a Nightfall coming in. And Rally actually gets the Compel off. We have a TP coming in as the Arcane Vortex is gonna put, I think that's Electrician in there. Yep, he's gonna come out. No Wormhole being channeled here. He does have it. Ready to go. There's a stun on the Riftwalker. They might burst him down. They do with the Benzington. Now they have a Compel coming back up. And Rally is actually going to fall. Moira stuns up. The Benzington, Kronos goes in, but he gets hit with a power throw. So both the Benzington and the Kronos fall. Moira is in trouble. 3 versus 1. I think they're just going to trade tanking the tower here. And, oh, the power throw misses, actually, but that's a nice tree juke, actually. They're having trouble finding him, but they are going to bring him down. Meanwhile, this is going on. Soul Stealer just pushes the mid tower.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, this is actually a huge advantage for the Legion team. You might be wondering, why did Lodestone not port? Well, it's because his port was on cooldown that whole time, so just trying to get the most out of being forced to stay in the bottom lane. But yeah, the fact that okay, hold that thought, as the Chronos field comes out in the top lane, catches Electrician and Nymphora. Electrician very tanky, but takes a Compel stun, but absorbing a lot of auto attacks while Rally gets down low himself.
Electrician, one hit, he goes down. He was about to grip there. The Nymph pod blows up. Now Moira's here with the Forge, as Aluna is taking some pressure. Rally compels backwards, stunning the Nymphora. There's Kronos taking out the Nymphora as Aluna goes down to the Moira.
In the meantime, Soul Stealer died to Lodestone. So honestly, I mean, I was going to say that Legion, you know, they won the previous engagement like pretty convincingly, right? Like they got a kill onto Kronos, who was like 7-0. Now he's 8-1. So they needed to kill him, and then they also got that mid tier 1 tower from Soul Stealer. But honestly, Hellborn, you know, kind of just bringing it right back in their direction after winning or getting that many kills back to back. But
mid tower. Oh, they're gonna use the fort here. Fortification. Benzington might get the deny. Oh no! Oh, he did with the Lancelot and gave him the attack range. That was a great play from Paul. We have the Nightfall coming in top lane as the Arcane Vortex holds down the Nymphora. Moira out of position now as they did go for that dive, but she sacrifices herself. Kronos and Rally get out. And Riftwalker, he might be trying to line up a wormhole. He's got a post ace. He joins the top lane, but the positioning I think just isn't there where they want it to be, so they just completely fall back.
Here it comes.
Wormhole lands on the Benzington. He stepped into the lane. And the slows from Riftwalker are huge. They're able to bring him down. Luna,
yeah, shared existence.
Maybe diving this. Kronos has a leap in 3 more seconds. There's a slow from the Rift. Luna uses her power supply or mana battery. Heal keeps him alive for now. Kronos might have... Oh no, this is the Rally stunning up the Nymphora. Slam comes out as well. So it is now 23-11. I mean, the kill lead is massive for Hellborn, but if you really look at the resources, it doesn't look that like the lead is that crazy.
It's got to be because of the Soul Stealer, just able to flash farm so much and pick up creep kills in the jungle. But I would say that lead is kind of deceptively low. I think it's very heavily in the Hellborn favor at this moment, just because Soul Stealer, as strong of a hero and as good of a farmer as he is, to me, he feels like one of those heroes that needs a pretty large lead in order to have a noticeable impact, right? I don't know if you feel the same way.
No, I think that's a fair assessment. Chronosphere comes out top lane as Fa went for the deny on Benzington, but he's getting completely locked down here. He stuns toward the trees as the pod is going to do damage there on the Rally. Fa's trying to juke in the trees as Kronos is hunting for him, but here's the port in from Soul Stealer, and they're going to force Kronos back. I don't think that they're going to be able to catch him. He's just a little bit too slippery. Has another time leap coming back up. Meanwhile, Rally and Nymph. Oh, was that did dude solo TP for him? That I think he did, right? He got behind him.
Looks like it, yeah.
That's a great play from dude to set up that kill. Now he might end up falling here. Yes, he will, but if anything, it's drawing a lot of attention toward him, trading a 1-for-1.
Right. Electrician gets that get some space to farm in the bottom lane. So.
So,
yeah, and I mean, you can kind of just see the unfortunate, the tragedy of, Soul Stealer ports in, he's level 11, but not able to do anything, right? It looks like he's going the portal key route.
Fucker channeling wormhole. Oh, but he gets spotted. It's daytime. Electrician backs off right away. Now Benzington Nightfall's in. This might be a kill. There's the Arcane Vortex. Riftwalker's on 38 life. And she will fall coming out of it, but they do kill the Electrician. Now Benzington gets counter-killed as the TPs come in. So, if anything, the Arcane Vortex bought time for the ports to come in to get that counter-kill on the Benzington.
And looks like Kronos has a completed Thunderclaw coming out, I think, as he has the Alacrity Band in his inventory. But we have a portal key picked up on Soul Stealer, who it has been revealed as he's standing underneath or on top of a Hellborn Ward. So they are aware of a portal key.
I love what he does there too. He even drops it in the trees. I just love seeing players do stuff like that at this level of play. Now again, we know that they have spotted this, but it's the presence of mind to even do things like that.
Yeah, he's probably gonna do it again
Top
here.
lane, Luna is going to fall here. Slam just in case. We do have two players here with the Nymph port catching the rally, and this might be enough damage. It is. The Demon Hands connect from Snooki, following up the Zeal stun, and Rally could not survive.
Yeah, I really like the. You mentioned it kind of in passing before, the Riftwalker buying post haste. I actually love this as a first item pickup. They are kind of diving this Lodestone, who has a portal key ready himself, but here comes the post haste Riftwalker with smoke activated. She's gonna get spotted out by Elec.
Yep. Lodestone's channeling Shatterstorm. He's trying to fog the Electrician. And they do get the explosion. Look at the damage from the Lodestone removing his armor. Electrician just melts. Now, will they get the catch onto anyone? They have a Rocket Drill stun in 2 seconds with the portal key if they choose to dive this. Lodestone is going to go. Now, this is very deep, but if Moira can put the stun on the Lodestone, looks like she's not going to get in range there. Oh, he dies to the creeps, actually. And then he dies back. Nobody saw that.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I was wondering how.
Nothing happened.
So this game, I mean, it's basically, it feels like it's all Soul Stealer here on the Legion side, who actually has the 515 GPMs, got a double damage right now. Really curious to see what he feels like is the right item, as his team is behind, and he's kind of the he's definitely the number one farmer for his team, and kind of the most important aspect of the team at this point.
I gotta say, I still think he's gonna go staff with this PK mana boots build.
I think so
too. He's gonna go for the ultimate, and then maybe like later on when he gets maybe he goes for like a Shrunken Head or something. Maybe after he staffs the Benzington, when Benzington gets some more farm going. But yeah, well, I mean, we'll have to wait and see. I am expecting the staff. I would not be surprised if he values something other than the staff, but I think it's a good possibility that that's what we could see.
What's the alternative to staff? Just like Shrunken Head?
I mean, he could just maybe go straight into Shrunken and just try to get that ultimate off, because realistically, the main threat would be Kronos just insta-spearing him. I mean, the Riftwalker and the Moira can kind of prevent him from getting it off, but they can't. I mean, they can interrupt it, delay it, but Primo bottom lane. Oh, great reactions there to stun the Lodestone as he blinked in. He's going for the counter kill now. Riftwalker is here. I don't know if he saw him.
I don't think he did.
I think he's just looking for the load. He's trying to figure out where he went. There's no mana. Oh, he's gonna go for it. One more hit. And it's gonna be a kill. Wormhole's being channeled here. This should be a kill on the Benzington in response. So 1 for 1. Meanwhile, they're doing Kongor. Doghouse has the remaining 4 players up here headed to the Kongor. I don't think they have any intel on this being done. There's a ward from Legion here.
No, they have a good little squadron to be able to manage it, especially with this double damage. So.
Pretty nicely timed Kongor. Double damager and also helping with that, so that kind of maybe cued them to do it. And they trade their tier 1 bottom tower for the Kongor kill.
He is going to be going Shrunken Head. He's got the Warhammer, so okay. Soul Stealer.
Here comes a grip maybe. He's trying to get in range. Rally's gonna try to juke in the trees here. We've seen stuff like this happen many a time. Oh, they can't see him. Oh my god. There we go. They get the grip. It's always funny to see these engagements in tree lines where kills take a lot longer than they really need to.
Oh
Oh, Faw's gonna
yeah.
have to stun the creep there, as there was a post haste from the lodestone actually coming in. Riftwalker was setting up but didn't have wormhole.
So yeah, this post haste Riftwalker and now spell shards. I mean, he's just going to be able to port around the map and get basically all the items he needs. He's actually the highest level on his team,
Mhm.
right? Not the top farmer, obviously that goes to Kronos, but I mean, this is, if the game gets far along, like this is going to be a sheep Riftwalker. This is going to be a Frostfield Riftwalker. Like the world is his oyster as far as itemization goes with this setup that he currently has. That's just one of the things I love about this hero, right? Like it just flash farms like a beast.
Yeah, and I love the post haste for just like the map presence and being able to constantly push out a wave and run away or port to another lane.
Which is
So,
exactly what he does here, right?
so we haven't talked too much about Kronos, but him and the Soul Stealer are neck to neck in GPM, as we have a Shatterstorm being channeled here on the Electrician. He's all by himself. That's going to be a quick kill as he gets caught out. Meanwhile, Kronos is porting top lane. He is not going to try to guess where the Soul Stealer is, probably assuming the port happened. But
They are
we have
neck
not
and neck in gold lead, but you know, I mean, obviously Kronos just has pretty steep advantage as far from the carry standpoint. Just because, I mean, if you look at the placement of that equivalent amount of gold, right? I mean, you have some of that is in the mana boots of Soul Stealer, the Energizer, the portal key.
Channeled mid lane on Soul Stealer. Soul Stealer's going to get caught here. He goes down.
Gets knocked down a peg as well, as he does finish his shrunken head. But yeah, I mean, Kronos is just able to put all of his gold into pretty much the offensive items that he wants. So this is actually looking to go in.
They're going for a dive on the Nymphora. They're going to be successful. They see Bensington on the ward in the jungle. I think they maybe saw Luna bottom lane. I'm not sure, but they felt very comfortable going for that dive that they would not get punished. And now they're going for Bensington here. There's the rocket drill. Sphere comes out, spearing almost everyone. Actually, everyone just ends up in the sphere. That's kind of funny. But they catch the Bensington there. I think maybe Doghouse is going to have a suspicion that something's not feeling right in their own jungle.
They're going to spot out a double damage room. I mean, this might cue a Concord kill on their side of the map, yeah. So what does Kronos go for now that he's got 2,200 gold saved up? I'm thinking he just picks up a Geos, honestly. I personally think he doesn't worry too much about Shrunken Head, but...
Top lane rallies in some trouble. Doesn't have a blink. Nymphs here from the flank. Great Zeal stun from Dude. They actually think he might be in the bottom part of the trees here. Oh my god, if he's actually able to compel out, I think he's just gonna stay there though. He's okay.
Wow.
He actually juked them. Wow. That's very good for Donova to make 3 players chase him and not even get the kill. But they just didn't have the vision. Meanwhile, we have a Shatterstorm. Oh, he's gonna see the Soul Stealer! But he doesn't get the Rocket Drill stun, so he gets the Shrunken Head off. Soul Stealer will fall back. Arcane Vortex locks down Soul Stealer. Gets the... he does get the stun out. Here comes a counter Nightfall. Doesn't hit anybody. Misses the Joust as well on the Rift. Unfortunate there, but... see if they get at least one consolation prize, being maybe the Lodestone here, as Soul Stealer did fall. So they were looking for maybe the Riftwalker kill there on top. Rally continues to just be evasive. He's gonna maybe walk away once again.
To his advantage, too. He's very close to Portal Key, and he's obviously going to want to get it. So, I'm kind of curious what Riftwalker is saving up for. He hasn't... he's been slowly accumulating gold. Okay, Rally gets picked off by Nymphora! Dude, again!
And Dude is a menace.
Sunk Bob said it best, man.
For Donova. Top lane, the Leafs coming in. They kill the Aluna. I wanted to mention Aluna previously to that death. She was actually higher GPM than the Electrician. She has a tablet and Steam Boots already and 1,000 plus gold. But she's been farming very well as well, kind of split pushing the lanes.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of goes back. The electrician struggling this much kind of goes back to that laning phase where we just talked about how surprising it was that Lodestone just had seemed like he had the upper hand right out of the gate. I don't know if that's because of a a hero mismatch per se. It feels like electrician's pretty strong against virtually every melee, but I
Yeah,
suppose it
I
could
think that
be.
should have been a little bit of a closer matchup, personally, but we see some Veiled Rots here. Here comes a Shatterstorm being channeled. Riftwalker might look to channel the Wormhole. Not gonna go in. He does get the Cascade event, pulling them together. Benzington, he does go down. Electrician is still pretty healthy. I mean, he's got a grip in 7 seconds. Meanwhile, Soulstealer died at the base. I think that was a Chronofield,
It
Chronosphere
was, yeah.
coming out. Lodestone gets his blink disabled. Has it up in... Nope, he gets gripped. Gonna be cancelled there. He is quite tanky though with the Shaman Cedrus and his passive. I mean, he has to die here, right? Yeah, he does. The Zeal Stun takes him out.
Yeah, but we see a Shrunken Head picked up on Chronos, so he is opting for that defensive route, just deciding that he's far enough ahead, doesn't ever want to die, and he'll go for his next damage item after this, which is probably the right decision. I mean, he's 15-1. He has a huge bounty on his head.
Wow, I didn't
600
even notice.
GPM.
Yeah,
Yeah, I didn't.
15-1. That's a crazy stat line. But yeah, the Shrunken to me just means he kind of respects the Soul Stealer burst potential. He's gonna play it safe, go for maybe a Geobane next as we see the Shrunken being used here. They are gonna slam down the Electrician. Benzington gets a counter kill. Oh, will he get a bash? He does! It stops the TP of Benzington, and now Falcoby in some trouble, but here comes the team support. They're looking to turn it around, and they will Demon Hand down the rally as Moira also dies. I think that was previous to that. So Riftwalker, she's going to respawn now, as well as the Lodestone. But a couple of much needed kills for Doghouse. Trying to bring that gold deficit and XP kind of back into their favor a bit.
I know, we're seeing the strength of their team in full display here as well. I mean, just given how difficult this game has been for them, right? Especially with like the unusual pick of Soulstealer, right? We are actually seeing them still keep it together and potentially cause problems for the Hellborn, who seem to be at a pretty decisive advantage. So, credit to them, and obviously credit to Donava Brigada for being in this winning position in Game 2. But the work is still cut out for them.
Smoked up Riftwalker going for the Illuna top. I think she's going to run into her here. As the... Oh, she has the tablet off cooldown, and the portal key gets disabled. She's going to keep the portal key down. Here comes Kronos. They take out the Illuna.
There's the Bloodbath Kronos.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember when he died. It must have been in his first, like, 6 or something kill streak area. He's on the Bloodbath now, so...
Yeah, I think it was...
Maybe even getting close to an Immortal for all I know.
No, that was his blood. He's
GPM.
gonna need 500 or 505 more kills to get the portal.
Yeah. So we saw actually an import happen bottom, but Rustam wasn't feeling like something was right. He fell back, and the import is almost back up now. This was about a minute ago. Benzington has a Firebrand after the Thunderclaw. He hasn't really had the best game. He's died 10 times, but he's still almost 400 GPM, which is still, I would say, quite impressive.
Right. That's what I mean, right? Like you can shut down Doghouse this much, right? But they're still in it.
I think they saw the Moira in the trees with the dust. I could be wrong about that. They did actually. And she used a Vortex. She comes out. This will be a sacrifice there. But she dies instead of the Lodestone.
The funny thing about that death of her, she was milliseconds away from being able to blink away too. Just watching her blink cool down.
They're gonna go for Kongor, but look at, there's a Hellborn ward of sight in the pit. They counter-warded this cliff here and got a new ward up.
Yeah, Kronos is veiled.
This could be a big Chrono field coming up. Now he is veiled rotted, and if they get the initiation here, this could be massive. Here comes the Solo Sphere though on the Soul Stealer. He does get tableted out, but he's going to get kicked back in, and he does go down. Shatterstorm hits onto 2. It's going to be a hat trick for Puppet Soul, and they're trying to get the Electrician kill now as well. Illuna, she is going to fall back in retreat mode as Riftwalker gets that kill. Kronos cannot catch the Illuna, but Well, I kind of saw that one coming. That ward of sight playing a big part of this team fight. As 4 kills
Yeah.
go to Donova, and they are going to steal away the Legion Convoy.
It's funny because they knew too. Kronos was smoked. He picked up the illusion rune, right, which is underneath Legion wards. They saw those Kronos illusions spawn from nowhere, and they're like, "Oh shit!"
No. So actually, good thing you mentioned that. The illusion rune actually makes the chrono field back up a little bit sooner, if I'm not mistaken. He's
It
got that up
does,
in
yeah.
70 seconds. So it did give the cooldown reduction. You're going to get this mid-tier tower as well. The golden XP lead all of a sudden shot up. 13,500 gold, 18,000 experience. And I think we might have just had the full geometer. We did. The full geometer's being picked up on Kronos. He's getting to that scary point.
Oh yeah. I mean, we just saw him take out Soul Stealer inside of the Kronos field. Now, what's nice about the way he picked off Soul Stealer there is he was able to get him with the Shrunken Head down, which allowed I guess it was a Luna to try and tablet Soul Stealer out, but you know, a healthy portion of Kronos' damage is actually in the form of magic between the Thunderclaw and the Curse of Ages procs. So if he's able to get Soul Stealer down inside of the Chrono field without his Shrunken up, he can almost guaranteed bring him down without team support. I don't think that's the case if he has Shrunken Head up. But I mean, after this Geo's pickup, it might not actually matter anymore. He might have the damage. But there's the Glowstone pickup, so Soul Stealer is still going
the
for the
spear on the
staff.
Bensington. The stun and the heal come out, but Bensington's gonna get locked down. They did find the ward, but it was a little bit too late. They saw Bensington farming those ancients, and he gets solo speared. Again, they had no answer to that.
I believe he is 1 kill away from immortal status on Kronos.
Yep. I think we might see it this game. They are having a very difficult time catching him.
I've been watching Riftwalker for a while now, just making very, very slow.
Soul Stealer
Oh,
gets
no.
picked off. And Lodestone and Moira.
Just so hard for him
Surprised
to.
that these two heroes have enough damage. Maybe the
I mean-
Banasunder just does that much with the build Soul Stealer has.
That's true, actually. But I mean, we mentioned it before. I mean, Shatterstorm is just such a crazy ability, right?
Oh, Nip just Veiled Rotted into them doing Convoy. He's gonna find himself in quite a predicament there. But yeah, you were saying?
Oh, just, you know, Shatterstorm is just one of those abilities, right, where it honestly, it just kind of changes
Here comes a Nightfall following up the grip. Moira Vortex prevents the Nightfall damage. They are gonna maybe get the Moira kill here. Wormhole connects on the Electrician. He takes a lot of damage. This almost feels like a desperation play from Doghouse. As we see the Immortal, the double Immortal coming in. As Puppet Soul is now 22-1. What a stat line. Rally just slammed the Concord. Maybe putting an exclamation mark down in the pit. Don't think that they necessarily needed the extra damage.
But, yeah, your question of how they killed Soul Stealer. I mean, Shatterstorm is just that crazy of ability. That's really what it seems like. This ability, it's able to remove all of your acquired gold, basically, right? Removing or having 100% magic and physical armor pierce is just, it's actually insane. It's one of a kind ability. I don't really know what else to say other than that. Rally needs to watch out. Dinforo port coming. Dinforo wants his eye back.
Yep, he sure does. Demon Hands connect, one more, auto attack, and they get the eye back. See if maybe, oh, they're gonna kill it. They decided they don't want the bound eye.
And Soul Stealer actually pretty close to finishing his staff, but...
Oh, the wormhole, he was guessing. Soul Stealer Shrunken TPs, Moira. Oh, he was stuck in the trees, and I think he maybe couldn't get the Vortex where he wanted it, and they got that canceled. Meanwhile, Sphere on the Bensington. He dies in about 5 hits. That was about 2.5 seconds until he died.
Oh yeah, I mean he's just food for Kronos at this point, who just right clicks a Resto Stone and has the ulti up immediately as he just used the cooldown.
Bottom
ready to
lane,
ulti
we
something,
got
yeah.
Electrician tanking a lot of heroes. Shadowstorm comes in. I don't think that hit onto anyone. And now Lodestone sacrifices himself.
Well, allow me to retort.
Would be interested to see if they look to go back in with the second Chrono Field up.
Look at the Resto Stone on Riftwalker. That is not the item I was expecting. I was fully expecting a Sheepstick to be purchased.
Now this ward from Dude is very good. I think it did spot them down here. So if anything, Doghouse has an idea that this is going on. Luna's ready with the tablet. He's gonna tap. Oh, but he still gets stuck in the sphere. The positioning was so unlucky there. And Soul Stealer goes down. Electrician getting bashed in the background. He goes down as well. Newerth goes down. It's a hat trick for Kronos. Bensington is trying to get some kills for his team as he nightfalls in. It's a quad kill. It might be an annihilation. Soul Stealer did buyback here with the shrunken head. They're trying to get some counter kills, but here comes the wormhole. Snooky PK is out to avoid it, and there is a hat trick for a Luna all of a sudden. They brought down the Immortal Streak from the Kronos, finally bringing him down, and will it end up being another kill here? The portal key is up for Riftwalker. Portal key's into the trees, and I think he will survive there.
A very important kill coming out, but unfortunately, just not, obviously Luna getting the kill credit there. I mean, what does a Luna buy to try and maximize that Chronos kill?
Something big.
I want the
big,
Resto Stone. Give me the Resto
Resto
Stone.
Stone out of Luna?
Oh yeah. Yeah, just toss out 6 power throws from the well and call it a day.
Oh wow, that would be... I mean, there is only one Shrunken Head on Hellward, so potential is there.
No, I really
this
don't
was
know.
One buyback from the Soul Stealer, kind of keeping them in the game for now. Now, I do think it is still quite scary. This is still a 27-2 Chronos with almost 700 GPM. That
Yeah,
we're talking about.
with a Resto Stone and pushing for another item on the horizon, probably. I don't know.
Full
a
Hyper
Wingbow?
Crown, or maybe even replacing the Elder with something.
Yeah.
Maybe
Or
either a Wingbow could be an
Bensington just
option.
gets demolished by Lodestone and Riftwalker. Just having an unfortunate time trying to get anything together for himself this game.
Mm-hmm. Lowstone's on his way to a Sheepstick from the looks of it. He's got the Acolyte staff, and who knows if he's even got pieces. Rally getting one on mid lane. Arcane Vortex to counter, though. He is still alive for now. Electrician is going to get Mana Sundered. And he goes down.
So Soul Stealer opting not to go in there, deciding to come over to the bottom lane and finish his staff. So he's got the gold. Got to be deciding to buy it now, right? There's no sense in holding buyback. Yeah.
There's the staff, yep.
I really am not sure if he's going to be able to even. Is it enough? Probably not, but we'll see.
Here
Oh,
comes the
and he
jump
just
onto Soul Stealer. There is the Kronos ultimate. He has the Resto Stone to use another one if he needs to. As he pops the... He has the second trunk and it's actually still ready to go. There is no buyback from Soul Stealer, so I do believe this will be a Rax. They're gonna jump the Nymphora.
Can't touch this.
So two lanes
Well,
of Raxes.
that's gonna do it. Zebo comes off from Doghouse, and we got a series on our hands here in semifinal number 2 as Donover Brigada, piloted by the Chronos.